Well, as the Monty Pythons used to say, now for something completely different. Halloween probably provides more varied photographic opportunities than any other night of the year. Well, as we look through the lens with Republican and Mass Live photographers Dave Roback and Don Treeger, we're focusing on images they and their colleagues captured on Trick or Treat Night 2015.
Well, it's a fun thing to shoot. Everybody loves, well, not everybody, but most people like Halloween. I mean, billions of dollars are spent nationwide on Halloween decorations. And a year ago, we did a very popular gallery going around and shooting people's decorations. So we decided to do it again this year. And it's just a fun thing where we can get creative. You know, there's no guidelines, no parameters. Just get that camera out and try to be creative and make things as spooky as they can be.
Now, how does it work? I mean, do you literally just hit the streets? Do you have some tips? Have you seen stuff as you go?
Occasionally we get some tips. Got a couple of tips from Facebook this year. They put an all call out before we went out on Mass Live, and we got a few tips from there. But basically, it's driving around between assignments, and a lot of times you'll see, oh, that would look good. I got to come back at night, or other people will give us tips, and so we do a lot of driving around.
Well, it's kind of part of the job, right?
Yes, we're doing it anyway.
Let's take a look. We've got pictures set up that we can take a look, about a half dozen. Okay, this is an interesting one. Is this yours, Don?
I shot this
one.
It was in Agawam, and it was in the daytime. It's tough to make things spooky in the daytime. But, with some manipulation of the camera, little underexposure, and using a flash down low and shooting it up, and you can make it look a little spooky in the daytime. It almost looks like a nighttime shot, and that's what I was going for.
Like late day, the sky is getting a real dark blue. You get the sense it's twilight, but it's not, right?
Right. No, this was probably noontime, and you just had to play with the camera settings a little bit.
All right, let's see what we got next. Ooh, okay. Whose is this?
I shot this one as well. This is a house on Sumner Avenue in Springfield.
Okay.
And they did a great job. There was a canopy over this, and there were sound effects, and it was really a nice job. But once again, I was there in the daytime. So I called Dave and said, if you have time tonight, come back to this one tonight and see what you can do. It might make a nice little nighttime video. And Dave ended up shooting the same exact picture at night. And I thought it worked out great. So we ran both of them in the gallery. And I think we have these up side by side. Basically the same picture, daytime, nighttime.
Dave, let me ask you now, let's do mechanics of photography a little bit. Tough when you've got, you got nighttime, you got whatever light you got around, street light or whatever. You've got the lighted eyes of the, I don't know what, the werewolf, whatever that creature is. I think most of us, average shutterbugs, take a picture, and probably all we're going to get is that shiny yellow eye, and you have nothing else. You guys work around it to balance, and how do you get that so you get the proper shading and everything?
That one.
Or are you just that good?
No.
We are that good.
Yeah.
But on this one here, put the camera on a tripod, try to use the existing light, and then in the camera there's an HDR setting, which will allow you to get highlights and shadows. And Halloween, it's all about what's in the shadows. So on this one here, it was basically using the existing light. The man had different colored spotlights on, and it just made it very, very eerie. So.
HDR stands for high dynamic range. You can take 2 or 3 photographs, and the camera puts them together, and it really, lets you see a lot more detail in photographs.
So we're talking talent and a real good camera.
Yeah.
That's a good combo. Yes. Okay. All right. What else we got? Oh, look at now this is nighttime. If you guys made this into nighttime, you're really something. Who's this?
This is mine.
Okay.
This is in Chicopee, and actually there are 2 houses that are almost not quite side by side. They're not competing. I went to them last year, but they put up a whole different setting this year, and this was zombies. And they took an old car, and they put the blood prints on the car, and they lit it up spectacularly, and it was just they went all out.
They made your life easy.
Yes, this was an easy one.
Yeah.
Do you find that as you're going? Okay, now here's an interesting story, and I think, is this yours, Don?
Dave shot this.
This was Dave's. Yeah. I'm sorry, Dave. This is an interesting story.
This is in Westfield. This is an auto body shop in Westfield, and This was also a tip that I got off of Facebook saying that these folks had a fantastic display. I went out there, photographed it, had it all set and ready to go to find out that somebody had vandalized it.
Just a couple of days
After you were there.
shot it.
Yeah, after I
this,
was there.
okay.
And so basically the public came and they basically kind of rebuilt his whole setup because he was going to tear it down. They said, no, we enjoyed it. And, you know, like I said, he put out a very nice display.
They've
So
been
kind of
a-
a nice Halloween story.
They've been a tradition for years in Westfield, Klutz. They've done a great job. So,
All right, I think we have one more shot. Am I right? Okay. This, I think everybody that around here has seen these said, wow, that's pretty good. Pumpkinhead Star Trek crew. Who shot
Michael
that?
Gordon shot this.
Mike Gordon.
Michael was driving around Long Meadow, and these actually might be his neighbors. I'm not sure, or friends of his. And this one ran in the newspaper by itself, I think. That it might have run front page. I'm not sure. And just a fun picture.
You get spooky stuff and you get fun stuff on Halloween. You never know what you're going to roll up on.
Exactly.
And that's really the cool part of it, isn't it, for you guys? Because, I mean, every day is a mystery. You never know what assignment you're going to get. But you pretty much know a fire is going to be this, a news conference is going to be this, not Halloween.
No, you know you kind of know what you're going to get, but there's always surprises. As Dave said, it's all in the shadows.
Well, Dave Roback, Don Treeger, thanks for coming in and looking through the lens with us once again.
Thanks, Jim. Remember,
Thank
buy
you.
a newspaper.